My name is Thomas Torrey. My film is Fair, and I wrote, directed, and star in the film. Fair is my first feature. We shot it in 3 days, and it's set entirely inside a moving car. It's about an Uber driver who finds himself driving the man who is secretly sleeping with his wife. And it's a dark thriller about love, betrayal, and the fight to remain in a committed relationship. The idea for the film started as sort of an exercise, really. My producing partner, Justin Moretto, and I, we were trying to raise money for our first feature film, and that was going to take a long time. So we said, let's pause that and do something that we can do quick for a little money, sort of like a prototype to sort of test our business model and to get our feet wet on this side of the industry. So we came up with an idea that we could shoot in a weekend. We shot it in 3 days, as I said, and we knew to do that we needed something that was confined to just a couple characters in a location. So we wrote a story about this driver, and we decided we have to set this inside a car. And from there, we just sort of came up with this idea about a driver, and he picks up a man that he recognizes is sleeping with his wife, and then where could the film go? So the film experiments a lot with the form and genre of film itself. We take a lot of bold, creative risks, and it's paying off. We get to play at festivals like Naples, and it's just been an amazing ride. And we had a very bare-bones crew. We had a crew of 4 or 5 people with 2 key positions, really, because our set is a car, and it's a moving car. So our cinematographer and our sound guy were inside the car with us the whole time, and they were basically the meat of our crew. We had additional production support back at base camp, when we stop and sort of reset. But to do that, everyone's wearing a lot of hats, and you're all just sort of locking arms together, and you're just making a movie because you love it. And thankfully, I had leveraged the goodwill of a lot of this cast and crew in the past from past productions where I've paid them and gotten to know them. So when I called them and said, hey, I want to do a film for myself, it's my film, I can't pay you, but it's a feature and it's only going to take, about a week of your time, with prep and shooting. It was about a week commitment. And that's easy for a lot of people when they know the end product's of feature film. So Naples is towards the end of our run. We've got a couple more finishing our film. It might be the best festival we've played at, and I'm not even kidding. It's definitely at least tied for the first. There's a lot of things that go into making a festival great. Having it well funded, so things like hospitality are taken care of, and you guys have done that. But one thing that you can't create, that just has to be there, is the community support. And I have not been to a festival that is as good as Naples has been with community support. We've had 2 screenings, and they're both sold out, and that's because the local community here is just excited about independent film, and they show up. That's never happened to us, and it's just been one of the highlights of our festival run.